Now, let's move on to question 3. And this one, just to remind you, is which modal verb is most frequent in English? This is actually relatively straightforward to do if you know CQL. So all the modal verbs will have a tag in common. And there are 2 options here. Perhaps the slightly more complicated one is to do tag equals. We might not remember at this stage, we might have forgotten what the tag is for modal verbs, in which case we can just click on that tag set summary. Because remember that they do change a little bit from corpus to corpus. We can come down here, we could look for it, or what I prefer to do normally is Control F and then put in modal. That finds it for us nice and quickly. Modal auxiliary verb is VM0. So coming back to here, the tag then is VM0, like that. So that's one way of doing it, and that will get us the right results. An easier way, slightly easier, if you know you're looking for tags, is to change this to tag. Then we don't need to bother with all this, because we've told it already that we're looking for a tag, so we don't need that other stuff. So here we go, let's look for the tag VM0. Now this is extremely frequent, as I said. This is obviously because modal verbs are very frequent in English. Next stage is to come down here, look for the node forms. So this will divide them up, and we can see that apparently would is the most frequent. However, will is very, very close behind. So not forgetting that other forms here are associated with these modal verbs. There is, I suppose, some debate over whether they're the same word, but let's assume they are. So ul is contracted form of will, so we should really add those together, whereas ud is the contracted form of would. If you're counting can, you want ka, because that's can't, and we've got can with capital letter. We've got wo, which is short for won't. So obviously they separate these words out for the purposes of analysis. We've got would with capital letter. So we'd want to add all these together to get the final result. If I was going to do this, what I would do is save. You can save the whole thing. Save frequency list. It's as CSV. Then we can open it. Once we've opened it, we can then sort these words out. So would, because we're would with d, and gradually filter them out, then add them up. You'd have, so let's say something like this. So I can put that in, insert cut cells, and assuming those were the only ones, there are others, we could then do an overall total here by pressing equals this plus, plus this, and gradually it will start to build up. So that answers that question.